Hi everybody, it's Wendy from Personally Yours by Wendy, and we are here today for Kim's Gingerbread Fakery event. I'm going to wait for a few minutes till some people pop on and then we will get started. Okay? Let me know when you pop in, say hi. I'm going to pull us up over here. Let's see. There I am. Let's open that up. How is everybody? Who's here? I see somebody's here. Let's see if I can see comments. There we go. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Hi, Stephanie. Hi, everybody. Hi, Trina. I had to look at the list because I knew who it was, but I couldn't get the name. Hi, Amy. How are you? Hi, Priscilla. All right, it's 10 o'clock. We're going to get started, okay? Because I have a lot to show you. In true Wendy fashion, I was up at 5 o'clock this morning because I couldn't figure out how I wanted to do something. I finally figured it out. I went back to sleep for a little while, and here we are. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the components like I always do. I'm going to show you how to make some of the components. Hi, Jenna. And then I will show, the cake is almost done. We just have to do the top, but I'm going to show you how I made most of the things. Now, unbeknownst to me, hi, Kim. Unbeknownst to me, I was talking to Carly and I was telling her how I did the bottom of my cake. And she said, oh, I didn't know about that. I said, okay, well, then I'm going to show that. Hi, Tina Jones. Okay, so what we have here is a plain white foam sheet. I've painted it pink. I painted it a little bit of a darker pink that I'm actually using on my cake. On my cake, it is very, very, very light pink. But for this, I painted a little bit of a dark pink so you can see. So when I'm going to paint a foam sheet and put it on my cake, I don't paint it on my cake. What I do is I cut the size. Obviously, this is not going on a cake. I'm just doing this to show you guys. Hi, Susan. Hi, Stacy. I'm so excited, guys, for this event. I'm so happy for Kim. I'm so excited that she asked me to be here. All right, so let's go. Right into it. So I painted it pink. This is light pink. That's it. Craft Smart. Use any paint you want. When I do my stripes, if you want vertical stripes, if you want them a little diagonal, I chose to do diagonal stripes. I get painter's tape. And with my painter's tape, some of you may know this, some of you may not, but I feel like it's good to go over it in case there are some people that don't. I take my painter's tape. I decide how I want my angle. So I'm going to start my angle right here. This is going to dictate how the rest of my tape goes, okay? So we put that there. I'm going to take another piece of tape. Can everybody see? What'd you say? If everyone doesn't, you live in a hole? I love you too, Tina. Have a great event. Okay, I'm going to take this, another piece of tape. I'm putting it directly next to the one I put here, just like that. Okay, you see that? I'm going to take another piece of painter's tape. I'm putting it right here. And then I pull this one off. And then I put this one over here. This is how you get your spacing to be even. Put another piece here. So like I said, this is not, I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. In case some of you do not know how to do this to get your lines crisp and clean, this is how you do it. If you're going to use a foam sheet and you want it to have stripes or diagonals, you can do this up and down, straight, whatever you want. Okay. You take this piece, just line it up right next to the piece you put down. Hold on, I'm trying to go too fast. Let's not be hasty. Just line it up right there. just like that. Oh yeah, Jennifer, wait till you see it. Okay. And then just like this. This is just a plain foam sheet. It's not glittered, although I am sure you can do it on a glittered foam sheet. I have never done it, but I'm sure that you can. That will have to be something for Will It Work Wednesday, as soon as I start to get that going, which will be very soon. Okay, this is what we have. Okay, the bottom is painted pink. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Michelle. Hi, everybody. If I didn't see you, hi. I will come back and read the comments after the live. Okay, this is what we have. My bottom foam sheet is painted pink. I have spaced my stripes. Here is the trick to getting a clean line. You're pressing, make sure all your tape is pressed down, and make sure that your foam sheet is dry. Your paint that you painted on the bottom foam sheet has to be dry. Okay? You're going to take your paint, I'm going to shake it up. I'm going to put, I need something to put it on because I don't want to, I'm just going to put it on this piece of paper, okay? I'm just going to put some paint on here. Okay, this is the same color as the bottom. You're going to take it on your brush and you are going to paint over where the foam sheet meets the tape. So that basically what this is doing, it's sealing the tape down so that when I paint my other color, it doesn't seep underneath and you get clean, crisp lines. Just like this. You don't have to be really neat about it, but you don't want globs of paint. If you know, smooth it out, just like this. And we're gonna have to let this dry for a few minutes, so we'll start something else and we'll come back to this and I'll show you how we paint the lines. So we just go over just like this. Hi, Denise. Thanks. Okay. I know that we have a lot to get through, so I'm trying to look. It is Susan, right? It comes out, makes them nice and crisp, but you can do it on anything that you want to have a nice crisp line. I think I need a little bit more paint. Let's use a little bit more paint. We'll finish this, we'll put it aside, and then we're going to go to the next thing. I'm going to show you. Okay, so now I've painted over all the seams. We're going to give this a few minutes to dry. I'm going to move that back. Let me get the paint off my hand. Hi, Anne. And I am definitely not a master crafter. I just love to craft. Oh, hold on a second. I see too much paint right there. Hold on. Does anybody have one of these towels? It's like a piece of art in itself. I don't want any gloppiness. Okay. I'm going to move this to my desk. And we are going to, let me grab something. So this is what we're going to do next. I was going to do something else, but I think this is better. You see this? Does anybody here know how I made these? Because I'm going to show you. You see, it's 3D. Same thing with this. This one obviously is not cut round perfectly, but I'm going to show you how I do these. is a game changer for me. It's so fun, and you can use things that you didn't think you would be able to use. So let's get our red clay and our pink clay. We'll do the candy cane first. Right, Tina? Isn't it the best? All right, so I'm just taking literally that much red and this much white. Stephanie, you're going to love this idea because what I'm using is something that you told me about. Plus, I have other ones. I have to get the bows out. Did I take them out? I was really thinking about doing this for you guys, say for the gingerbread event, but he had a little bit of an issue. I think he might have had the mumps, so we're not. I'm just kidding. I would never even attempt it. I'll leave that up to the master, Susan. For sure, I am definitely not a master of that. Okay, here we go. Okay. I'm going to take your clay. This is just for the candy cane. Actually, you know what? Let's do the bow first. I'm just going to roll this out. Doesn't have to be any particular color. I'm just showing you the color I did it in. Okay? Normally, if you had this, if you had these cutters, how would you get the clay out? You can't. There's no place to push through. You can't. These are polymer clay cutters. They just don't work. We can't really use small ones like this unless it's something that has a large enough hole for us to pop out. But with this method, I'm going to press this in. Now it's in there. Now how would I get that out? No way to get it out. But, wait, there's more. If you take a piece of clay, now I would use my guides on this and measure it, but right now for this, I'm not because it's already 10:12, and by 10:30, I want to start putting the cake together. So I still have stuff to show you guys. Okay, we're going to roll it out. We're going to take our bow, press it into our clay, and like magic, the clay is now stuck to our other clay, and we can use any shape we want to cut it out. And now we have like a bow that sticks up, 3D like that. How cute is that? So you can use your polymer clay cutters that you normally would not be able to use. Like you might have a really cute cutter that you want to use. For example, I got these on Temu. Stephanie told me about them because she had a tiny, this tiny, look. Gingy on her hat. Look, I'm going to show you how small it is because maybe you can't see, but it's the size of my finger, the size of my fingernail at Fake Bakers. And I was like, I need those tiny things. But there's no way. The Gingy you could get out because it goes straight through. But the candy cane, you cannot. There's no place. I can't get anything in there that wouldn't distort the clay. So, hi. I know, wait, Tamara? Tamara, is that your first name? I think so. So let me show you how I did the candy cane. Simple, simple, easy, easy, cute. Hold on, coffee. Okay, so listen, if you guys have polymer clay cutters, or if you want to make something, and you're like, oh, with that cutter, I can't get the clay out. Well, now you know what you can do. You could cut this out. You could put a heart shape around it, any shape around it, and there you have it. So I'm just gonna roll. Now, mind you, this thing is tiny, so we don't need much clay. gonna go quick. Okay, I have 2 pink. I'm gonna do a red. If you guys use that technique, definitely tag me. I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I can use all these cutters I have. Now, it's not the easiest because it's very thin, but hold up. Come on. One more red. One more red. Okay, so now I have them lined up here, sort of, kind of, but it doesn't matter. For this, I'm gonna roll them out. Okay, I'm gonna take my little tiny itty bitty cutter. Okay, I'm just gonna cut out so now the clay is in there. Okay, I probably should have made it a little thicker, but that's okay. You get the idea. This is exactly how you would do it. You roll your piece out. You put your cutter on top of the clay. The clay is gonna, not that, I made it too thin. Hold on, this will work now. No, it keeps wanting to. All right, you need to make the stripes a little thicker. Let me try it again, because I don't like the way that looks. See if I could do it, even if it's not. That's better. There we go. And then you would just take your circle cutter, your heart cutter, whatever cutter you want. Cut it out. And there you have your little candy cane. And it's cute because it sticks up. It gives it a little bit of dimension. And now you can use all your little cutters that you thought that you couldn't use because you can't get the foam clay out of them. Sure, if you use polymer clay, you'll be able to get it out, no problem. But if you use foam clay, you can't get it out of there without distorting it. You'll get it out. It'll be distorted once it comes out. So those tiny cutters are from Temu. They're polymer clay Christmas cutters. That's all you have to look up. They'll come up. So that's it. So you can do that. The bows I also got on Temu. Polymer clay bow cutters. Okay. So that's what we have for that. All right. Look how cute they are. I can't even take it. You can make any colors you want. So that's what we did there. Thanks, Tina. All right, let's see if this is dry enough yet. Yep, okay, let's do our stripes. Let me put my clay away. Do our stripes. What time is it? Oh, good. We're good. It's so cute, right? It's such a cute idea. And that makes you be able to use things that you had that you didn't think you'd be able to use. Okay. Let me move these out of the way. We don't need that. We don't need that. Okay. Bring this back over. Okay, so now we have Our foam sheet, it's painted pink. Thanks. Our foam sheet, it's painted pink. What? Don't tell me that, Tina. I can't look. Our foam sheet is painted pink. I have the painter's tape laid on in the diagonal pattern that I wanted. Now I'm going to get my red paint. I'm using this one, Liquitex Paroli Red. I love it. It's a nice bright red. And this paint is very thick. Right, Mrs. P? It's hard to, I mean, I don't know how you would get it out unless you put a piece of foam clay on the back and pull it. But then most of the time I have the issue that it gets distorted. So at that point I'm just like, yeah, forget it. All right, so here's my red. I am going to get, let me just find, I'm going to use this paintbrush. I do have a red paintbrush, one that I used red on, but let's do, this one. Hold on, let's get our artist towel out again. With all the pretty colors. Hi, Tina. Okay. So this is it. Just drying off my brush because I don't really want a lot of water in it. I'm going to take the red. This red is very thick. If you've never used Liquitex before, it's very thick and very pigmented. And I am just going to paint just like this. Now, for the time's sake, what time is it? I'm just going to paint a couple. I'm not going to paint the whole thing. You get the idea. We're just painting. You can paint right over the tape. We're going to have a problem right there. Down here at the bottom, the paint, I missed it with the pink paint and the tape was not down, but you'll see. Just like that. You see how pigmented this red is? It's like red. We'll do one more and then I'll give it a few minutes and I'll pull. You don't want to wait until it is completely dry to pull, but you don't want it soaking wet. So you just give it like 5 minutes, I would say. That's my personal preference. If you like to wait until it's dry to pull the tape, you do it how you like. My way is not the only way. It's just the way I like to do it. What's going on? I'm missing all the comments, but I will go back and read them. Okay. To get the red off my brush. For the most part, so I don't contaminate every brush that's in my water with so much red. That's enough to get off. Now it's on my hands. Okay, let's see. I should have kept that multi-mini gingerbread cutter. Those were teeny. Yes. You can get more. You can get them on, I got them on Temu. I know I did. And the bow ones I got on Temu. But you can use any polymer clay cutters. Normally, we wouldn't buy polymer clay cutters because they're too small, too intricate. Like I have one that's a gingerbread. It's about this big. I literally have clay stuck in it for 1.5 years, 2 years, because it got stuck and I could never get it out. Now I'm going to work on getting it out so I can use it to press. Okay, let's put this away. I'm going to throw this out so it doesn't get all over. I'm just going to give this a minute or two. And next thing we're going to do, let me get my goodies. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to paint that like these. Now, in my design today, I'm only using 1 or 2 of these, but I've made a bunch so that I can show you how I do it. Here's all the, listen, here's all the ones I practiced on. I practice and practice and practice and practice and practice, and this looks like, this is just practice. Practice, both sides, practice. I practice a lot. A lot. These are all no good, but I will keep them to practice my things on. I want to pull this so bad, but I know if I pull it, it might not end up well. I'm pulling it. Throwing caution to the wind. I can put my hands here. You see how crisp that line is? Now, some of you may know this already, some of you may not. I just thought that I would show you because this is how I did the bottom of my cake. Come on. Come on. See how good the lines are? I'll hold it up. So that's how I did the bottom of my cake. I'm going to move this out of the way because it's still wet. And I'm going to get the red paint off my hands. We don't want red paint on our hands for the next part. Hi, Robin. That's right, Jan. Practice makes progress. And God knows I practice a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. For example, the top of our cake, I made it. I let it dry. Top of our cake is clay. I made it, I let it dry, I sprinkled it, I hated it. So then I made another one. This is the second one. I didn't like it as much as I liked the first. So you'll see it. We're gonna do this and then we're gonna do the top. 1027. I'm gonna just do a simple design on here. I'm gonna show you what I do. I have you can use puffy or slick. There is a difference. Puffy paint, let me see which one is slick. Hold on. Puffy paint is puffier, and it actually has like a tack to it. I forget which one is puffy now. The one I'm going to show you right now is slick paint. And when I hold it up, you can see there's a shine to it. And what I do is I put it in this precision tip bottle. Now this bottle is different than my glue bottle. The tip is thinner. I do have puffy paint. See, there's a P on there in this bottle with my precision tip. But that is if you want thicker lines. If I want to do something really, really precise, I use this bottle. I can link these bottles after. They come with all different size tips. I mean, this is tiny, tiny. Now, you cannot clean these tips with a needle. So what you have to do when you clean them, let me tell you real quick, fill the extra bottle up with water, shake it, and press out. See, I had water in here. Press out the whatever's stuck in the tip onto a paper towel. It might seem like a lot. It might be a lot. But it's worth it to me to get the lines. Okay. So for this one, you can just do dots, you can do lines, you can do hearts. I'm going to do hearts. I just press on my tip. You have to practice with the bottle. If you press hard, let it come out, let it come out, let it come out, and then drag, you get something that looks like a heart. I'm just going to do these, we're going to call them V's for now, because I'm making them bigger. You have to practice with the bottle to get the feel for it. But once you do, you can make beautiful gingerbread-like cookies with the puffy paint. You can decorate your houses with the puffy paint. Press and pull. Press and pull. Press and pull. Press and pull. My best advice to you with this is to get the bottle and just practice. Practice on paper, or you're gonna waste some puffy paint. But once you get the feeling of how it comes out, how much you have to press, how much you have to release, it's like riding a bike. All right, so then here I'm just gonna put a dot, a dot, a dot. You can decorate your cookies any way you like. I'm going to put a dot in the middle. Hi. Say hi to my friends. That's my husband, Jerry.
Hello.
I'm teaching them how to make the cookies. All right. And then, so then here, I'm going to press real hard, make a big dot, then a smaller one, and a little bit smaller, just like that. You can make these any way you want. I'm not looking at the comments right now because I want to get through this so we can decorate the top of our cake. And as with anything, it's a cookie. It's supposed to mimic a gingerbread cookie. It's not going to be exactly perfect. I had to get over that really fast when I was doing these. Really fast. If you know me, you know that I like everything even and perfect, but it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be a little, like, it's just, they're as perfect as I could make them. Let's say that. That was sweet of him to come visit me. He usually doesn't come visit me. I think he's watching me downstairs. Maybe he thought I looked cute. Maybe. He's a good guy. So, all right, so this is just a simple one, right? Now, if you want, you can, at this point, you can dust glitter over it. Look how pretty and simple and cute. My plan is with my extra ones, I'm going to try to make like a, I'm going to say a wreath, but not actually a wreath. I'm just going to go around a circle. It'll be, all right, it's a wreath, a cookie wreath, but it's not going to be big. It's going to be small for where I'm going to put my gingerbread. Maybe I'll put on my gingerbread tray. Anyway, that's how you do that. Guys, try this. This is so much fun. It's very, very, very relaxing. To me, it's relaxing. If you make a mistake, you can wipe it off with a wipe. Make sure your clay, this piece of clay has been drying since last night. I would not do this on wet clay. You want it so that when you hold the clay, it's not limp. You want it to have at least a crust on it, okay? I will link these bottles after this live. This is the regular bottle. You can also use this. If you have this and you want to try it, fill it up with your slick paint or your puffy paint and try it. Okay, let's move these out of the way. Let's get to the fun stuff. I hope I taught you something today. That's my hope. I think I want to use this one or this one. I don't know which one I want to use. Let me move the wet one over to my drying rack. We have 25 minutes. Okay, here we go. All right. Let me make sure everything's clean. Let me get the red paint off the desk. Okay. I'll explain. Here's our cake. Oops. Here's our cake. This pink cake stand, I was gifted it, so I do not know where it came from. I blinged it. I blinged the bottom and I blinged here. Here's the striped cake. This is foam sheet that I just showed you how to paint. The top is also foam sheet. This is pink clay. And then I just punched out my gingies, and then I put a little bow on their head, 2 rhinestones. That's what I did there. Then this is what took me. In the back, I have those tiny, tiny gingies going up the back. And then a little snowflake. This right here, this is what I was telling you. This is what I had last night. I was rolling things out. I had the ruffle, I had the dots. I just didn't know what I was gonna do. It was touch and go for a while. Yeah, somebody gifted them to me just because I don't have a Dollar General here. So this is what it looks like so far. I'm still debating whether to do something else up here, and I might. You'll see it in the photo if I decide. I'm not sure, but I was just trying to decide what kind of trim to put on. It was poor Carly. Poor Carly. But that's it. So that's what we have. And now we will decorate the top. I've already put some stuff in. You can see there's holes. Full disclosure, I tried it. I needed to see how it was going to look all together. But here's my gingies. I just love the way they go around with the, these candy canes are the candy canes that came in the ornament from Hobby Lobby. So it's an ornament filled with candy canes. I broke it open. And then what I did was, for a little extra, I just put a rhinestone at the top and the bottom, just in case you could see it. I didn't want to see the raw edge. Okay? You love me, Carly? Okay, so let's get our goodies. Let's get our goodies. These are lollipops that I made. Kim, do you recognize these? These are lollipops I made. I was trying to do the caning technique with foam clay. I never get a good result that way. Never, ever, ever do I get a good result making the cane with foam clay. So these are made with Model Magic. It's the same way that you would do it with foam clay, except I get much crisper lines this way. So that's all this is. Okay? All the lollipops that are going on this cake are Model Magic, and that's it. They're just Model Magic. I didn't use any foam clay for the lollies because I could not get the caning to work on the foam clay. I was getting bleeding and it was running and it was just looking messy. And these have been dry for, I think, at least a month or two. At least. Okay, let's go. I'm going to face it to me. Let me get my stand. Hold on. Let me get my stand. And while we're doing this, we'll talk about how I met Kim at Fake Bakers. It was so sweet. And Priscilla It was literally so sweet. They were like so excited to meet me. And I was like, oh, I'm nobody. And I was so excited to meet them because I knew who Kim was. I knew who Priscilla was. Okay, so this is what we have. This is the front. That's the back where the seams are. I never leave my seams exposed ever. So that's what we have. So I'm going to, okay, that's my back. Take my lolly. I'm going to start here and put them in. So I think what I'm going to have to do is paint my sticks white because I think on some of them we're going to see them. I want some height, so I need to, these are going to stick out. These are all, I just put a toothpick, I just glued a toothpick into my clay. That's all I did here. I will turn it around in a second so you can see what I'm doing. Nope. This is, so this part of the design, it takes me the longest, probably way longer than you would think. And I can't subject you people to that. It's not fair. Nobody wants to watch me sit here and figure it out. So that's why I tried it already and I sort of know. So right now I have the lollipops separated like that. Okay. Yes, it does. It's hard. I mean, if you get it soft enough, it's okay, Jan, but I know what you mean. It does, it's hard to, it's a little bit hard. So I'm not sure what snowflake. I'm gonna probably use this one. I'm just putting a toothpick in this snowflake. It's not completely dry. It's very, very sticky, but I think I want to use this one. So that's what we have there. And now I'm going to show you another trick. I have another Gingy. This is a little bit of a bigger Gingy. I want to put him right here. And let's see, what else do I have? I have this tree. Do I want to put, I think I want to put the tree in. I need a skewer for the tree because I want it to be taller. Well, that's nice. I love to have my coffee and watch my friends create. It's so fun, right? Right, I'm going to just put this skewer. This is a little bit, it's huge, but I need it to be tall because, and like I said, I'm going to paint these because they're going to stick out. There's no way around it. If anybody can think of a way around it, let me know. Oh, I should have probably said, this is a 4-inch styrofoam cake base, so it's foam all the way through. And I'll also tell you that my sprinkles are a mix of, oh, I'll tell you what, I told you before I didn't like it. Okay, that's what we have so far. Okay, so my sprinkles, last year I got this at Michael's. It's vase filler, but it looks like peppermint. So my bright idea was to mix it with my rhinestone mix that I used for the sprinkles, and I didn't really like it. But after I tested it with my draping and everything was done, I wound up liking it. And I didn't like the way the other one looked, so I knew I was going to have to use this one. See, there you can see at the top, only at the top do I have like the peppermint pieces mixed in with my rhinestones. And the rhinestones I used were pink, red, and clear. And then I added red sugar stones. They're tiny, tiny. Let me see if I could show you. I used red sugar stones, and that really filled in That's how tiny a sugar stone is. Can you see it? It's tiny, 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 tiny. So I mixed in some of those. Okay, so that's how I did that. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. I have, this is one of those ones I made with the bow, and I just put diamond dust on the gingerbread part, and I glittered the white part and added a red rhinestone. So I need a toothpick for that. Thanks, Alyssa. Hi, Amanda. You just say that because you love me. I'm your family. You have to say that. All right, so there we have that one. Okay, can you see it? I definitely want to use this. We'll use this one. I want to use this. Let's see if it looks good. No. Where is my... That one's still wet. Where's the one I used on my cake? Here. I'll use this one. I'm going to use this one. Maybe. Yes. Right here. That's my front. That's my front. Okay. We need something right there. So now this is just a snowflake that I blinged. It's not perfect. It was broken at the bottom, but I'm going to put it in. I'm going to have to glue it to the back. Hold on. How much time do I have? 10:46. Figure that out. All right. And I have some candy canes. I just put a hole in the bottom, glued in a toothpick, and we're going to use those. Those will give us some more height, and we'll come out the side a little bit here. Just like that. I have another one here. So I'm not gluing these in because I'm going to paint the sticks. Because if we're going to see them, I either have to paint them or bling them or something. I can't just have them willy-nilly there, which is wood. Thanks, Susan. This is the snowflake that matches the ones that are on the bottom, so I'd like to use that. I'm going to cut this a little shorter. We don't need it so big. Just like that. Okay. I like the way this looks. Besides, I want to put this in, and I need my gummy bear, but my gummy bear is going to have to go, he's going to have to be hidden in the back. I'm going to put him right here on the back of the lolly. He's going to sit right there because he's got to be there, but he can't be center stage. Can't be. I'm also going to use this peppermint stick. Just like that. I do want to use this. I don't know. All right, so then, okay. Then what we'll do, this is what we have. This I'm going to glue in. Let's go. See if I can see. This I'm going to glue in like somewhere over here. It'll be like behind one just for a little sparkle. And then for the bottom right here, which we can do now, is I have some red rhinestones and some gems. These gems are the ones that come in the setting that's gold that we get. I just take the setting off. Okay? Thanks, Danielle. I just take the setting off. So I think what we'll do is we're going to add, yep, we have 10 minutes. I'm going to add some rhinestones, some of these gems. I'm using, help me guys, Liquid Fusion in a precision tip bottle. That must be Raymond. I see Wendy, darling. And that's it. Let me ask your opinion on something. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. I'm just asking. I'm not sure, but I was thinking of maybe taking this. Let me see if I could show you. And putting it right here with like 2 red rhinestones above it. So it looks like it's dripping. What do you think? Is that too much? It might be too much. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, but I might. So let me get some peppermints. I just moved all my peppermints and my Christmas stuff into this box, so it makes it a lot easier. I want some medium and some small. What else? I think that's all we need out of here today. And I will add some, I like the simplicity of how this is. I'm not going to add anything here. The stand, the cake is in the stand, so we don't need anything there. Nothing here. So it's just basically this layer and the top. And I'm happy with the way it looks. And then I will just add some stones. And that's it. You think so, Lulu? Okay, so what I'm just going to add some. We hate when that happens. You hear that little, I hate when it happens. Hi, Sam Shine. I know you were here the whole time. I just didn't get to say hello. So I just have some peppermints. We're going to add peppermint, a few rhinestones. I want to make sure this doesn't spit out on my project, because that would not be good. Not happy about it. Did you hear it? I need a big one to cover that. That's going to drive me mad. I hate it. Shh. I gotta get the glue off of there, guys. Wait a second. If you get it off quick enough, it won't leave a mark, so. Okay, I got it off. I got it off. Yep, I'm going to read the lineup in 2 seconds. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. Thank you, Kim, for asking me. Thank you to Priscilla for keeping us all honest and on track. Let's see if I'm going to put that there. You never know. I don't like the way this thing is spitting today. So I'm just putting some dots. I don't know why it's spitting like this today. We might be having a little technical difficulty with our precision tip bottle. Sam Shine, are you ready? Kim, I hope I made you proud. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's been a blast. I hope you all learned something from me today. And I hope you make something beautiful that you love. I don't want this to spit. I'm scared. I'm literally scared. I'm literally scared. We'll use this one. Did I forget anything, guys? Did I not answer any questions? Ask me questions while I'm doing this if you have any. That's what replays are for, Mrs. P. Thanks, Brandy. Hold on, I'm just getting a little bit of the excess off. Okay. We have a great lineup today, guys. And let me read it. So at 9 o'clock, we had Crafty Ladies and Family with Priscilla. At 10 o'clock, it's me, Personally Yours by Wendy. Hi, if you're new, welcome to my page. I hope you give me a follow. That would be great. At 11, we have Sam with Comia's Crafting Corner. At 12, we have Angie with Angie Land Crafting Boutique. At 1, we have Stephanie with her first live for Clayfully Playful Art. And that is a, I don't know the word, synonym something. She's a CPA, so that's how she got that name. I think Raymond helped her. At 2 o'clock, we have Debbie with Paper Sweeties. At 3, we have Lydia with Lydia's Creations. At 4, we have Amy with Crafty Amy Girl. At 5, Tina with My Sweet Treasures. At 6, we have Marie with Great Creations Faux Cupcakes. At 7, we have KLR Creative Craftworks with Trina, hosted by Crafty Ladies and Family. At 8, we have none other than the Evercrafter, Raymond. And at 9, we have Kim with Kim's Wreath and Home Decor. Oh, see, I didn't know that was the name of her group. I thought it was Wreaths Decor and More. Okay. Kim with Wreaths and Home Decor LLC. And pay attention throughout the day because Kim is going to be asking questions and giving away prizes on her live at 9 o'clock. Thank you, Kim. Thank you for asking me. It's been a blast. So this is what we have so far. I will finish it. I will post a picture probably tomorrow because it's very rainy here today. And I don't think I can get outside to get a good photo. So many amazing designers, and I'm lucky to call them my friends. I really am. Let's see, what time is it? Okay, we're gonna go potty, go grab a coffee. Sam is on. We're gonna go over there and make memories because that's what we do on Sam's page. We make memories. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to Kim and Priscilla and everyone. Thank you to Raymond for putting together the flyer. It takes a village. And I love you guys. I will see you soon. Bye.